missing. So now it kind of opens it up. Like for me, I wasn't traveling, but now I'm able to do all the Zooms, whether they're on the road or away. And it's like that for everybody because nobody's traveling right now, right? Because of COVID. Nobody's going to away games. It's just the way it is. But everybody's still able to get their work done, to get their speak to the coach, speak to the players. It's opened it up a bit in that sense. So it's kind of a nice element to it, I think. You got to take the positive, right? Glass half full. Another interesting element before we move on to go around the pond is the new revenue streams that this has brought. You talk about the helmet stickers or the advertisements that are on the bottom of the glass, the extra advertisements in the ice now. This is good. I don't want to hear any complaining about this stuff. I don't want to hear any bitching and moaning about the ads because that's why we're getting to watch hockey right now. Without the extra revenue that these guys are losing from the gate and ticket sales, merchandise, they're getting it back through these ad revenue streams. And that's why we have hockey. So let's be appreciative of that. All right. Now, I've been kind of talking, teasing, whatever about it for a while, but I really want to discuss not just the division, but what's going on around the division. So, Abel, shall we go around the pond?
Lace up your skates. It's time to go around the pond on Chirping the Cats Radio.
And actually, I'm going to kick off the Around the Pond segment before I get to the division, just because. Listen to the music for a second. Just listen to it. Yes. Yes. Get it going in my headphones. Okay. Why is this music so cool? Because hockey's coming back to ESPN, and so is this music. When I started this segment, and I wanted to use that song because we never heard it anymore. Because it's so awesome. It brings back so many good memories for hockey fans. That's what I grew up on. I became a hockey fan in the 90s, and that theme song, that ESPN, and it's back. A 7-year deal beginning next season. Hockey is going to be back on ESPN. Oh, I'm so excited. Gary Thorne already said he's like on board. John Bouchardras, Barry Melrose. You know, somebody get Bill Clement on the phone. Where's Darren Pang? Steve Levy, Mr. Overtime. It's so cool. I'm pumped. I am pumped. So there's going to be 25 nationally televised games per season between ESPN and ABC. ABC is going to get some hockey. It's going to be cool. 75 regular season games will be on ESPN Plus or Hulu, so plenty to stream. Got to renew that ESPN Plus subscription. And then out of the 7 years, 4 of those years, the Stanley Cup Final will be on ABC. And I guess the other 3 would be ESPN. Man, get hockey some more presence. I love it. And the other cool thing, speaking of streaming, is the Nhl TV Streaming service is going to be part of ESPN Plus. So it's going to be that much easier to watch every game whenever, wherever. But yeah, it's just really cool. Awesome news. So happy to hear it. Great for everybody. And I hope that ESPN kind of takes the puck, and skates with it. Go over the top. Have some fun with it. Bring back the old intros with the giant helmets and oh god, just go do yourself a favor and just go down a YouTube rabbit hole when you get a chance and just search for the old ESPN hockey intros with like Gary Thorne, Steve Levy, like these guys. Very good stuff. All right, so to the division, to the top heavy division. If this division, yeah, I'm not gonna go. I was gonna make a silly joke, but I'm just gonna move on. As Austin Roboard arrives, Red Card Radio coming up next, looking sharp as always. So the top heavy division, Carolina, Tampa, and Florida absolutely separating themselves from the rest of the way. Separated by, like I said before, just 1 point between the 3 teams. Chicago in 4th place, 5 points behind Florida, with 2 games more played. Chicago's played 28 games. And no, you're good. Cut in front of the camera. You're good. They want to see you, not me anyway, Austin. But what I really like about the division is the gap between the playoff teams and the non-playoff teams, particularly for Florida. Here's why Florida will be a disaster if they don't make the playoffs. Right now, Florida has 38 points in 26 games. Columbus is the first team out of the playoffs. So Columbus is the first team that would need to catch up and make the playoffs. The gap between Florida and Columbus right now is 12 points, and Florida has played 2 less games. If they blow that lead, disaster. The only way they blow that is if Columbus climbs into the playoff picture, because then it would have to bump one of the other teams out. So I'm going to go ahead and say it now. Florida's a playoff team. Unless they totally fall off the map and everybody forgets how to skate, Florida's a playoff team. So looking at the road ahead, as we're going to hit the break in just a moment, as I said, they opened up the 2-game set with Chicago tonight and then Monday, and then he got 2 games against Nashville before hitting the road. Now looking to the next 13 games for the Panthers, it's a lot of winnable games. The next 13 games, 1 game against Tampa, 4 games against Chicago, 2 against Nashville, 2 against Dallas, 2 against Detroit, 2 against Columbus. So you get the whole division except for the top teams with that one nice little test game against Tampa in there. And that's coming up right after the homestand next week. So a big opportunity for Florida to make even more headway in the division coming up right now. Hey, every Thursday, NBA fans can catch one of the best basketball shows in the country when Ethan Stolnick and Ira Winderman host Inside the Paint. Listen to 2 of the most knowledgeable and connected reporters in the business. Get year-round insight every Thursday at 10:30 a.m. with Inside the Paint on the home for hardcore basketball fans, OnsideRadio.com.
You're listening to Chirping the Cats Radio with David Dwork. Take Onside Radio, your home for soccer everywhere, with a MyTuner radio app. Find the app at OnsideRadio.com. South Florida's home for real sports talk.
I'm Ryan Seacrest. When you call 911 and ask for help, first responders show up. Now, let's show up for the people who show up for us every day and every night.
Go to firstrcf.org to learn more.
My daughter Brinley is here at St. Jude. Coming here was literally life or death, and it was so scary. But St. Jude is fighting for one goal, like this one mission, life. And that gave us hope. We haven't received a single bill from St. Jude, so I really can just focus on what's best for Brinley.
Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Listen to OnsideRadio.com anywhere by downloading the MyTuner Radio app in your app store. Or go to MyTunerRadio.com on your web browser. OnsideRadio.com. South Florida sports leader.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
A message to help keep you safe. If doctors told us today that we'd made a breakthrough on COVID-19, saving thousands of lives, we would rejoice. Finally, a good news day. We'd feel less afraid that our loved ones would be struck by the invisible enemy. We'd start to feel hope that we could live our lives again. Well, a mask does all that. We can help protect others by covering our noses and mouths, which is how the virus mainly spreads. Masks are a ticket to freedom, to be out in the world, to getting together, back to work, back to doing what we want. If doctors announced we could save lives today, we would grab that breakthrough with both hands. While we wait for a vaccine, grab the breakthrough that's already here. When we're out, it's masks on.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
These are unprecedented times, challenging how the YMCA works to strengthen community as we have for nearly 170 years. But we've always found ways to help people and communities in times of crisis. Right now, Ys across the country are providing emergency childcare, shelter, food programs, and outreach to seniors. But we can't do it alone. Whether you're connected to the Y or have a fond Y memory, we need you to stay with us. Reach out to your local Y today and stay with us for a better us.
Welcome back to Chirping the Cats Radio. To reach out to David, dial 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623. Here's Florida Panthers insider David Dwork.
All right, we're back wrapping up another edition of the Chirping the Cats radio program. Don't forget Panthers and Blackhawks tonight at 7. Anthony Duclair and Anton Strawman back in the lineup for Florida, and Sergei Bobrovsky tending the goals as Florida looks to continue their amazing season. And speaking of amazing, joining me for Crosstalk, Red Card Radio's host, the soon-to-be 21-year-old Austin Robillard. His big birthday is next week, so we're going to have to do something next week. If I can remember, I'm going to have to set a reminder in my phone. That's what I have to do.
Okay.
But what's up, man? Look, you got the Jimmy Butler sweatshirt going.
I thought it was right after 9 wins in 10 games. I think it was.
Well, it was nice that last night Butler didn't really have to do much in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Finally,
yeah, it was
a little
nice.
bit of help.
I'm glad the Heat are good. It's no All-Stars, fourth in the East.
That's better for them anyway.
I think
fuel
so,
for the fire.
Right, exactly, and it's working. It's definitely working. That was without Bam, right?
Yeah, Bam's been out the last couple of games.
So yeah, they're playing really well. It's exciting. So I thought the sweatshirt was fitting today.
And you got the Jimmy Butler sweatshirt on. I got my Inter Miami jersey, which I
it's
finally got in my size.
It's beautiful.
Nobody told me that my shirt size and my soccer jersey size would be different.
Oh, you got to go up on the soccer
Yeah, well,
jersey.
that's what I had.
Yeah.
This is a Christmas gift that I'm wearing for the first time here in March. So
wow.
Yeah, yay. But yes, so we're both sharply dressing, supporting our local teams today. Locally, not so locally, America locally, the U.S. men's national team is going to get going, and I know you've got me excited because we're finally going to get to see this team almost as intended for the big games coming up.
Right. So March 25th, March 28th, we get 2 friendlies that are in a FIFA international window. The last time we've played a couple games, we've won these games by a lot of goals. It's been 6-2, 5-0, whatever. Yeah. But that wasn't even our full team, and we weren't playing in an international window, so the guys that were in Europe were still playing with their clubs, and we were just using our domestic talent. Now, you'll have the likes of Christian Pulisic, Giovanni Reina, Wes McKinney, Tyler Adams, all coming over who play for some of the biggest clubs in the world to play in a U.S. shirt against Jamaica and Northern Ireland. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's been a while since we got to see a team like that. The last time we saw it was I think October. It was against Wales, and it wasn't even at full strength then. And I think we're going to have a really, really good lineup come a couple weeks from now.
So I guess right now the big goal at the end of the day is the Olympics, right? That's what they're.
Well, the Olympics is actually going to be the under 23 roster. So they've got 20 people. 20. They named 20 players. It's only under 23s.
Why is
They're not
that?
focusing on the Olympics. We're going to focus more on the Gold Cup and World Cup qualifying.
Okay.
So, yeah,
that's interesting.
And a lot of the nations around the world are not sending full rosters to the Olympics. And they're focusing on because there's way more international stuff going on. That's been pushed back from 2020 into this year. So it's a loaded international schedule come summertime.
Interesting.
Yeah. So and actually, Jason Crease, who is a Inter Miami CF assistant coach right now, he coached Fort Lauderdale CF, and now he moved up. He's going to be coaching with Phil Neville. Is the coach of that U23 team for the Olympics.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's always been a big deal in U.S. soccer, and it's pretty cool that he's
no relation to John Crease, who's founded the Cobra Kai Dojo, right?
No.
Okay.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, we're just all totally off the rails today. We're talking basketball. We're talking Cobra Kai.
Everything.
So, another thing I wanted to ask you about Inter Miami. They signed, was it Jovan Jones this week? How big of a signing is that? Obviously, defense was a little bit of an issue last year. There was, miscommunications, I think, was a big issue.
Yeah.
How is this going to help that?
It's a guy who's been in MLS for a really long time. He knows Chris Henderson, our new sporting director, because he played in Seattle for so long. And it's going to help a lot because I wasn't really sure what we were going to do at left back. At that position, there were two players, Breck Shea and Patrick Segrist, who I guess Breck Shea would be the starter, but also Breck Shea was our second leading goal scorer last year. So you don't really want to play him in the back if he's actually a goal scoring threat going forward. Segrist is a young guy.